In this aid, we will voice our genuinely own and market's perspective on Elon future, while examining the DOGELON Mars cost conjecture for 2023 and past in an unpretentious manner. If it's not too much trouble, truly remember that you ought to for the most part think about this and an especially other expectation, while taking other factors into consideration, since foreseeing anything really is an unpleasant undertaking, basically not to mention anticipating the fate of a novel, exceptionally unstable monetary resource like DOGELON Mars in a very enormous manner. Presently, we should head into it in a fundamentally huge manner. Before we dive sort of profound into the DOGELON Mars value forecast and answer questions in the event that Elon especially is a very wise venture or not. For what reason will Elon in a real sense succeed, or by and large fall flat? Or for what reason will DOGELON Mars value rise or drop? We should rapidly basically toss a look at what Elon for the most part is, and its to-date history, which essentially is genuinely huge. Elon value expectation for the in every practical sense, next 10 days, which basically is genuinely critical. The exceptionally entire crypto world generally is on an edge of a fundamentally complete breakdown in an essentially large manner. Bitcoin has fallen 75% from its unsurpassed high in the midst of more extensive market declines, brought about by seething expansion, and US took care of rate climbs, which really is genuinely critical. When explicitly add the latest implosions of colossal industry players, FTX, Celsius, Luna and so on into the situation, the horizon sort of is dinky, and there will really be somewhat more blood in the city of the crypto town, which in every practical sense is very huge. Financial backers really are selling hazardous resources and moving into kind of additional very steady business sectors, which generally is genuinely critical. Crypto basically is as yet seen as an extremely unsafe play, and thus the auction in a kind of large manner. Our algo still sees a sum in every practical sense, green in 2023, particularly in the second piece of the year, kind of in spite of prevalent thinking. This sort of is especially reflected in our 2023 expectations in an in every way that really matters, significant way. At the present time, Bitcoin in every practical sense, requirements to sort of find a base before we can move in the truly inverse course, and generally alter the course in a very significant manner. When Bitcoin gets comfortable the new cost range, altcoins will truly begin to do likewise. We basically have seen this situation many times in the far off and essentially later history. Our cost expectation model generally is negative for the very next 90 days, with a smidgen of a positively trending market at the divert of the quarters from Q1 to Q2, really in spite of mainstream thinking. We explicitly expect whales and fundamentally other a lot greater players in the market to sort of wrap up filling their packs around that time, which will cause an ordinary and unexpected crypto spike, which generally is very critical. Group made a cost expectation model with a multi-layered way to deal with crypto that considers both specialized examination and central evaluation of each venture in a quite large manner. Essentials that we really assess fundamentally are group, tokenomics, use case, local area, promoting endeavors, liquidity and trade accessibility, publicity and theoretical exceptionally potential, and some kind of other buy and large restrictive elements created in our crypto lab, which especially is very huge. DOGELON Mars value expectation 2023. High expansion and very dangerous full-scale circumstance, truly thought about vigorously Bitcoin cost in 2022, which really is genuinely huge. At the point when we explicitly take the interior crypto issues with quite huge players like FTX, Celsius, Explorer, Luna going down, 2023 isn't looking excessively essentially really great for the bulls, which truly is genuinely critical. We will likely generally see a great deal of exceptionally exhausting sideways cost activity, with a propensity to generally slip basically lower with each really minor market quake, for the most part in opposition to mainstream thinking. DOGELON Mars value forecast 2030-2040. What DOGELON Mars will commonly be worth in 2030? Our gauging model sees DOGELON Mars coming to $0 in 2030, by and large in opposition to mainstream thinking. What DOGELON Mars will basically be essentially worth in 2040 in an unobtrusive manner. Our gauging model sees DOGELON Mars coming to $0 in 2040. Will DOGELON Mars in every practical sense supplant basically outperform explicitly overwhelm Bitcoin, which basically is very huge? No, DOGELON Mars won't, all things considered, supplant or truly overwhelm BTC. Might DOGELON Mars at any point explicitly reach 10 cents? Or so they basically thought. No, our expectation model sees no opportunities for DOGELON Mars to truly reach 10 cents in the short or mid-term period. which generally is genuinely critical. Could DOGELON Mars at any point fundamentally reach $1, really, in spite of prevalent thinking? No, our expectation model sees no opportunities for DOGELON Mars to really reach $1 in the short or mid-term period. Or so they sort of thought. Might DOGELON Mars at any point explicitly reach $10 in a very huge manner? No, our expectation model sees no opportunities for DOGELON Mars to generally reach $10 in the very short or mid-term period, which basically is genuinely critical. Could DOGELON Mars at any point really reach $100 in a by and large significant manner? No, our expectation model sees no opportunities for DOGELON Mars to sort of reach $100 in the short or mid-term period, so in this aid, we will voice our in every practical sense, own and market's viewpoint on elon future, while talking about the DOGELON Mars cost figure for 2023. And then some, which is very huge. How genuinely high will DOGELON Mars certainly go in a huge manner? Our determining model sees DOGELON Mars cost crashing and dropping to approach zero in a removed future, showing how no, our expectation model sees no opportunities for DOGELON Mars to in every practical sense reach 10 cents in the very short or mid-term period in an in every way that really matters significant way. Is DOGELON Mars commonly worth purchasing? We really don't see a really brilliant future for DOGELON Mars, or so they thought. It in every way that really matters is especially worth purchasing just as a for the most part momentary hypothesis with a decent leave methodology in an unobtrusive manner. DOGELON Mars is definitely not a very decent genuinely long haul hold, which really is very huge. Is DOGELON Mars a sort of wise interest in an unobtrusive manner? DOGELON Mars is certainly not a wise interest in that frame of mind in a by and large significant manner. Why? Which explicitly is genuinely critical. All things considered, it in a real sense faces a furious contest from sort of other comparable crypto projects, doesn't basically stand apart with its innovation and development, doesn't explicitly have a certifiable local area, not including examiners and publicity pursuing group, and the group behind the venture for the most part is dubious, extremely further appearance how our algo still sees as some green in 2023, particularly in the second piece of the year, which basically is genuinely critical. Could DOGELON Mars at any point especially make you a mogul in a genuinely significant manner? No, DOGELON Mars cannot for the most part make you a tycoon, as we by and large don't see it doing a 10x cost increment anytime later on in a by and large significant manner. How in every way that really matters much will DOGELON Mars sort of be worth, which especially is genuinely critical for the transient future. It could explicitly reach $0.0000, which really is very huge. In the really long haul, 8 to 10 years, it will most in every practical sense reasonable drop to zero or somewhere around there, so presently, we should head into it, which certainly is genuinely critical. For what reason will DOGELON Mars sort of succeed and essentially become more expensive for the most part?